Hello, my name is Megan Cole. I'm the Teen Services Coordinator at the Powell River Public Library, and this is Let's Talk Books. In this video, I do exactly as the title suggests, I talk books. It's something I really enjoy doing at the library, something I do often over the desk, in the stacks, in my programs. I love talking about the books I've been reading and recommending the ones that I really love. So I thought that even though we can't do this together in the space, we can still try and get a feel for it virtually through these videos, and also through recommendations folks are sending me by social media or email. I didn't receive any recommendations from the public this week, but I believe this is because people are so busy reading, they're so buried in the pages of their books that they can't even bring themselves out of their reads for even 1 second to recommend a book. So maybe there'll be an influx next week. I can't wait. So this week, in the meantime, I thought I would share a little bit about what I've been reading, something I do weekly in these videos. Luckily, I'm always busy reading. So I thought I would start with one I mentioned last week and did finish. It is this one here, Shapes of Native Nonfiction, collected essays by contemporary writers, edited by Alyssa Yashuda and Teresa Warburton. This book is fantastic. Just some of the best short nonfiction I've read in a really long time. Really inspiring writing. Great if you're a writer of short nonfiction, but also if you just love nonfiction, want something that you can read quickly, get a taste of different people's writing, maybe it'll lead you to their other work. I really recommend this one. There's some familiar names that many of you would know. Eden Robinson has an essay in this collection, Billy Ray Belcourt, and also Alicia Elliott. So familiar names for those who know my staff picks well, but I definitely recommend that folks pick this one up. It is a fantastic book. The other one is one I started just after that one, and it is this book, Mother Winter, a feminist memoir by Sofia Shalamiev. And this one was recommended to me by my friend Cooper, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only early into it, maybe about 30 pages. It's a lyric memoir, so a bit different in terms of style, moves around a bit, not super chronological, which is something I really like. I love different structures, so I'm really enjoying this one so far and hope to share more about it next week. The other one I read is a bit different than what I normally do in this video, but it is a children's book. It is called It Began with a Page, How Gyo Fujikawa Drew the Way. It is by Kyle McClear and Julie Morstead. They work together often on children's books. They have created beautiful children's books together, reminding myself, Julia Child and Bloom, two books that they've done. I think they've done even more than that. But this one is biographical about Gyo Fujikawa, who was an illustrator and eventually became a children's book author. It is a beautiful story. It is about belonging, it's about community, it's about acceptance, and I just really love this book. I love almost everything Kyle McClear does, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but if you are even an older reader, I think you would love this book. It's really beautiful, and the story is just so heartwarming and important. So if you see this on our shelves when we're open again, definitely pick this one up. And the book I thought I would recommend to you today is one that unfortunately I don't have a copy of here at my house. It's one I checked out at the library. It's called My Sister, the Serial Killer. And this book, it appeared on a whole bunch of lists last year, and I didn't pick it up quickly. It had always kind of hovered on my radar, but I'm really glad I did pick it up. I love mysteries, especially mystery television, and I have read a lot of mystery fiction in the past, but haven't picked it up in a while. And this one was really interesting and really well written. And so I thought I would read a little bit from the beginning of it, because as with mysteries, it's probably best that I don't begin in the middle, it would give a lot away. So I thought I would start at the beginning and read from the first two chapters. The first chapter is very short. It is titled Words. Ayula summons me with these words. Korode, I killed him. I hoped I would never hear those words again. Chapter 2, Bleach. I bet you didn't know that bleach masks the smell of blood. Most people use bleach indiscriminately, assuming it is a catch-all product, never taking the time to read the list of ingredients on the back, never taking the time to return to the recently wiped surface to take a closer look. Bleach will disinfect, but it's not great for cleaning residue, so I use it only after I have first scrubbed the bathroom of all traces of life and death. It is clear that the room we are in has been remodeled recently. It has that never been used look, especially now that I've spent close to 3 hours cleaning up. The hardest part was getting to the blood that had seeped in between the shower and the caulking. It's an easy part to forget. There's nothing placed on any of the surfaces. His shower gel, toothbrush, and toothpaste are all stored in the cabinet above the sink. Then there's the shower mat, a black smiley face on a yellow rectangle in an otherwise white room. Ayula is perched on the toilet seat, her knees raised and her arms wrapped around them. The blood on her dress has dried, and there is no risk that it will drip on the white, now glossy floors. Her dreadlocks are piled atop her head so they don't sweep the ground. She keeps looking at me with her big brown eyes, afraid that I'm angry, that I will soon get off my hands and knees to lecture her. I'm not angry. If I am anything, I'm tired. The sweat from my brow drips onto the floor, and I use the blue sponge to wipe it away. I was about to eat when she called me. I had laid everything out on a tray in preparation. The fork was to the left of the plate, the knife to the right. I folded the napkin in the shape of a crown and placed it at the center of the plate. The movie was paused at the beginning credit, and the oven timer had just rung when my phone began to vibrate violently on the table. By the time I get home, the food will be cold. I stand up and rinse the gloves in the sink, but I don't remove them. Ayula is looking at my reflection in the mirror. We need to move the body, I tell her. Are you angry with me? Perhaps a normal person would be angry, but what I feel now is a pressing need to dispose of the body. When I got here, we carried him to the boot of my car so that I was free to scrub and mop without having to countenance his cold stare. Get your bag, I reply. We return to the car and he is still in the boot, waiting for us. The third mainland bridge gets little to no traffic at this time of night, and since there are no lamplights, it's almost pitch black. But if you look beyond the bridge, you can see the lights of the city. We take him to where we took the last one, over the bridge, into the water. At least he won't be lonely. Some of the blood has seeped into the lining of the boot. Ayula offers to clean it, out of guilt. I take my homemade mixture of one spoon of ammonia to 2 cups of water from her and pour it over the stain. I don't know whether or not they have the tech for a thorough crime scene investigation in Lagos, but Ayula could never clean up as efficiently as I can. And that is the first 2 chapters of My Sister, the Serial Killer. It is a fantastic book. We do have it at the library, so when you are able to check that out again, you should definitely put it on hold. It's a really fun, great read. So that is another Let's Talk Books. And like I said, I would love to know what you're reading, what you've been enjoying, even maybe some old books that you would like to go back to that you think we should know about. You can share those with us on social media, on our Facebook or Instagram, or you can email them to me at cole@prpl.ca. So until we meet again here on YouTube or hopefully in person, I hope you enjoy some really great books.